Hi Taurus, this is Perigaea Tarot. I am here to do your reading for the remainder of July 2024. Today I'm going to be asking the universe what is coming up for you in love and in life. You could be dealing with Libra. Oh, the moon. Okay. So Taurus, there could be some kind of issue here where you're kind of stuck in your own thoughts and in your own emotions, and this feels like someone who's trying to kind of they're teetering between a place of being stuck in their own thoughts and being stuck in their own illusions versus it's like someone who's so in their emotions that they're having a hard time telling the difference between what is actually true about a situation and what is like this person's own like illusions that happen when you spend too much time in your own head. Okay, universe, what is coming up for my Taurus signs in the month of July 2024? What is coming up for my Tauruses? What is coming up for my Taurus signs, universe? What is coming up for my Taurus signs, universe? What is coming up for my Taurus signs, universe? What is going on for my Taurus signs in love and romance? So this could be a situation where I feel like this is an energy of someone trying to make sure above all things that they maintain their self-esteem. But there could be an Empress here in the situation. Either this could be you and feeling as if you are not being necessarily treated the way that you feel like you deserve to be treated, but you're also kind of trying to stretch yourself and kind of decide, am I really being mistreated or am I being too uppity? Kind of trying to see things from somebody else's point of view. But I also feel like this is causing you to sort of just be in a state of non-action and in a state of pause. Yeah, like this is you kind of wondering, am I expecting too much from this other person, or do I really have the right to feel like I'm being mistreated? I feel like this is the universe trying to remind you that, you can discern what is truth from fiction. And to have more confidence in your own point of view, to have more confidence in your own ability to perceive what's going on in your life, essentially. So, Taurus, what is going on for my Taurus signs? So you could be dealing with a Capricorn. I'm sensing that there is a situation where I feel like this is almost an energy of someone who's afraid to get caught up in something toxic. And so they maybe even project that a situation is going to be toxic, even if it isn't, as a means of protecting their ego, as a means of protecting their heart, as a means of protecting their emotions. I feel like there's someone that you want to offer love to, maybe a brand new chance with someone. And there's a lot of pure and true love here in this situation, but it also seems like there's a lot of confusion as well. So let's pull a Celtic cross for you. Oh my goodness. Hold on one second. Okay, so we have a Queen of Wands and the Knight of Wands in the reverse. This could be a situation where the energy between you and this person that you're dealing with is not quite matched, where this person is someone who's who's mature, who's of high value, and then the Knight of Wands in the reverse is someone who's not really paying this person the level of respect that they are due, who's not meeting them on the level of maturity or sincerity that this other person is operating on. So one last shuffle, Tauruses, and then we will cut the deck. Okay, I'm going to cut it. All right, so what is going on for my Taurus signs? Okay. 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 Ooh. So, Taurus, whether this is you or whether this is the person that you're dealing with, we will find out. Interesting, the Hanged Man again. Could be some strong Pisces energy in this situation. So the Justice and the Hermit in the reverse. So you could be dealing with a Virgo or a Libra. I'm sensing here that there is a person that you have serious intentions towards, but that there is some kind of, I'm sensing that there's been a lot of conflict going on in this situation. And with the Hermit in the reverse, I almost feel like this could be you needing to step out of a place of isolation and internalizing about the situation. Or this could be you maybe not even having done that. I think that you have, because of what we saw in the pre-shuffle. With the Star in the reverse, this is the situation where I would say that you really do want it to heal. But what I'm seeing with this Justice card is it feels like someone who's using the concept of justice not quite fairly, which is a contradiction in terms, because justice itself is supposed to be about fairness. It feels almost like someone who's trying to make the other person out to be the bad guy, because at the core of the reading here, we have the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands is a very egocentric, reputation-based conscious, sort of state of mind. It's an energy of like, I want to be on top. I want to be victorious. I want the power. I want the reputation. I want the attention, and I want everyone to think well of me. And it almost feels like this energy of like sacrificing this other person to this concept of having done wrong, like acting like you have the right to be the judge, maybe in a situation where you might have been the person who messed up, or wherever you stand in the situation. So with this Star in the reverse, this is a situation that you're maybe worried that it's not going to heal. I would say that there's not communication between you and this person, potentially a Virgo, at the moment. There's nothing going back and forth, and that you're afraid that means that there's nothing, that it's not going to be healed. I would say that you definitely want things to be healed. This is definitely an energy of somebody who wants things to go back to a place where they used to be, where there was a deep emotional bond and happiness and lightness between the two of you, and even a level, just that level of youthful optimism about the future. But with the Temperance in the reverse, this is, again, you worried that, I'd say probably anxious, that this can't be healed. Or I almost sense an energy of maybe even not knowing that there are things that you can do to heal the situation, but not necessarily being willing to do them. Maybe because of pride. Yeah, so with the Eight of the Cups in the reverse, this is definitely, and with the Eight of Wands, I'd say that this is definitely someone who wants to go back, but they don't feel very wanted. They don't feel very desired. And I feel like because we saw that Knight of Wands in the beginning, this is probably, the Knight of Wands and the Six of Wands here, that's an energy of someone who likes attention, who likes to be wanted and desired and feel kind of, that sort of fire of other people's good opinion and desire. And with the Judgment in the reverse, essentially, I would say that there's a few issues here. Hope, fearing that you might not be able to revive this, but also wondering if you're actually in a place where you can trust your own judgment, because it's maybe been so long since you spoke to this person, or maybe you've just been spending too much time alone. And with the Emperor, there could be a strong Aries energy in this situation. But yeah, I almost feel like this is a blocking out of your intuition, because you just don't want to see the truth, because it means kind of, the Emperor is very prideful, I suppose. He definitely is authoritarian and is not a humble, kind of person. And it almost feels like someone who just doesn't want to open up to the concept of having been wrong. So whether this is you or your person, Taurus, wherever you fit in this. So with the Six of Wands at the core of the reading and the Seven of Pentacles, this feels like a stubborn energy of someone who's like in pride and acting like, I'm just going to wait it out. I want to be the good guy in this situation, even though I've maybe even been the bad guy. And so I'm just going to see if waiting it out is enough to accomplish that for me. But I also feel like something else that we need to remember about the Seven of Pentacles that it comes to tell us is that we harvest, we reap what we sow, and we harvest what we plant. We harvest our own garden. And so if we perhaps owe someone an apology and we don't give it to them and we don't drop our pride, then, will it matter if we lose, then we can lose that person essentially. So in the subconscious space, we have the Four of Wands in the reverse. I would say that this is definitely regarding a situation, like a relationship that, I'd say that this is you really feeling the lack of this person in your life, feeling a lack of stability, a lack of the comforts that this person's love brought to you, and the lack of happiness as well. In the recent past, we have the Knight of Cups in the reverse, which, again, the Knight of Cups in the reverse can be very, to me, what the Knight of Cups in reverse is reading at the moment, excuse me, is a person who acts emotive and even demonstrative in in a relationship, and yet it's never something that actually involves acknowledging the other person. So it's like they'll be emotional and they'll be demonstrative, in their emotional behavior, but never at any point do they actually feed the emotions of the other person and actually acknowledge the emotions and validate the emotions of the other person. It's all about drawing more and more emotional power into oneself is kind of the energy that I'm reading off of the Knight of Cups in reverse lately, and that's what this feels like to me. So there could have been some interactions between you and this person, wherever you stand in this relationship, where that was going on. Here in the conscious mind, we have the Knight of Swords in the reverse. So I feel like this is someone who is being extremely defensive in relationship to the feelings that they're having in this situation about this relationship that kind of appears to have broken up. Obviously if it's not, it doesn't seem like it can be fully broken up if it's, it feels like it's a situation where you're not quite talking to someone, but it's not completely over. It's kind of up in the air. But I feel like this Knight of Swords in the reverse is a very defensive energy. Especially when you couple it with this Six of Wands, this is a very implacable, stubborn energy of someone who doesn't want to apologize, even if they know that they should, and even if they've really hurt this other person. And something I'd just like to remind you of, Taurus, wherever you stand in this situation, is that there can be no happiness in relationships unless everyone is happy, unless both parties are happy. The Ten of Cups is a picture of communal happiness. Excuse me for my stuttering today, you guys. If we look at the Nine of Cups, we see just one man. I wonder if I can pick it up easily enough here. I don't know where it is. The Nine of Cups is one person sitting in a room by themselves with their arms folded in self-satisfaction. But the Ten of Cups is a situation where you have two people in love and they've born two children together. And so it's this communal love where everyone is happy. And if you care for someone, you cannot misuse them or invalidate their emotions and expect that anything will ever come of the situation. Even if the two of you do get back together, it will be temporary. If we care for someone and we wish to be with them and have happiness with them, we must learn to treat them with equity, and we must learn to treat them with fairness and acknowledge them just as much as we are acknowledged, or there is literally no point. So, maybe there's somebody who needs to hear that. So in the near future, we have the Page of Cups with the Five of Cups in the reverse. So this could be someone, this person in the situation stepping in with an apology. But I feel like what this is basically saying is that it's a very, I'm in this page, I'm seeing him looking very self-satisfied. Like there is no opening of his heart. There is no vulnerability. There is no actual apology. It's just somebody giving a token like, oh yeah, sorry, but it's not heartfelt. And I feel like with this Five of Pentacles in the reverse, it's almost saying that it's just because this person wants to improve their own situation. They want to feel like they're bringing themselves out of that place of feeling negative, of being left out in the cold. But because this apology is so shallow and so unheartfelt, it really goes to show that it's not about this other person or caring about this other person. And so I almost feel like this is a warning for you, or for whoever this is in this situation, that's not going to get you anywhere. that really, it won't accomplish anything, especially if that's something that has happened more than once in this situation. Because the more a person gets apologized to and then hurt in exactly the same way over and over, they learn to stop accepting the apologies. I mean, it's only genuinely caring for someone emotionally, if you have not cared for them in the past, that will fix the situation. There's no token that can be handed to a person who's been hurt multiple times that's going to fix it. It has to be sincerely meant desire to care for this other person's emotions. Because here we see in the environment, Taurus, that this other person is like, nope. Because the Four of Pentacles is like a card of self-protection and self-defense. And I'm sensing that this is a person, whether it's you or the person that you're dealing with, that understands that I need to protect myself in this situation. I need to protect myself from you because you've hurt me over and over and over. And so because I don't have any reason to believe that you genuinely care for me. You're not proving it to me. You're not showing it to me now. I'm just going to protect myself and let go of this situation and say no. And it feels like an energy of a person that doesn't really want to say no, but they know they have to for their own sake. So it really would be a shame, Taurus, if this was someone that you genuinely wanted, if you couldn't be with them simply because of just simply out of stubbornness or simply out of pride. And again, so here we are drawn back to the hopes and fears of the Ten of Cups. So this is your hope and fear. And I feel like that this is the biggest message of the reading, because in the Ten of Cups is encompassed not only the greatest joy, but also to get there, you have to be vulnerable with a person. You have to actually emotionally trust them and give them a chance to actually prove themselves that they're not going to hurt you. And that's because I feel like that's almost the motivation here behind this defensiveness and this desire to just kind of take care of oneself above all things and not really open your heart and not really be sorry. It's seeing relationships as this transactional sort of battleground where it's inevitably going to end. So you might as well set yourself up to have the most power by the time it ends. Like, that's very much not something that's going to get you to the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups, you get there by showing yourself to someone, honestly and vulnerably, and slowly trying to find the courage to truly and genuinely open up to this person. And when you do and find that they are worthy of your trust and that they won't hurt you, that's when the intimacy starts. And then you open up more and more. And it's really great. It's very fulfilling. So I feel like this is something, Taurus, that you need to contemplate, is the nature of the Ten of Cups, because it almost feels like this is someone who has the hopes of something when with their behavior, they're absolutely shutting it out. And there isn't perhaps even really a knowledge of what it means and how to get there. In the final outcome, we have the Hanged Man in the reverse, which I think isn't necessarily so bad. This means that there's essentially someone just kind of sitting in a state of pause, trying to see things from another person's point of view. But I also feel like this is someone who knows what they need to do, but they're just putting it off. They're just putting it off because it just involves some level of discomfort or some level, and I feel like this is hearkening to another reading that I did recently, Taurus. And if it is related to that, what I think you need to be mindful of is that if it feels like you need to do something, and maybe involving talking to someone that would hurt them and maybe make you feel guilty or make you feel like the bad guy, that you feel like you just can't handle that emotionally, something that can help you a lot is to spend time in meditation and prayer. Spend time in spirituality, seeking divinity, whatever that is for you. And also maybe go on a fast. Fasting doesn't necessarily mean eating nothing at all. It can mean giving up something that you love for a while, like giving up chocolate or giving up alcohol or giving up, whatever, as a symbol of dedication to staying in the spirit. And so that is something that could help you if you feel like there's something scary that you have to face, and ask divinity to help you get through that and for it to go smoothly. So let's do some clarifiers, Taurus. So what is this Six of Wands to the Seven of Pentacles at the core of the reading? Yeah, so this is someone who is putting off making a decision. They don't want to make a decision. I would also say that they are pushing away intimacy as well. This is someone who is pushing intimacy far, far, far away. With this Five of Wands, this is someone who is engaging in a lifestyle, I'd say, where they are influenced from multiple sides, and it almost keeps them in a state of chaos. But it could be that they get off on this state of chaos somehow. That it makes them feel invigorated and highly distracted in a way that just keeps them from having to feel their feelings. But in this situation, it's not, I feel, this is also with the Knight of Wands here. This is someone focusing on their pride, their ego, feeling virile, always making sure that they feel like good about themselves, while, not thinking about this other person and how the other person feels. And again, Taurus, I feel the need to hearken back to this truth that what do we think that the Ten of Cups is? There can be no collective fulfillment if we think only of ourselves. Yeah, there's this lack of cooperation. This other person is showing up as the Queen of Cups, mature, fair, emotionally nurturing, and kind. And this, this other party is showing up as the Knight of Wands, which is like selfish, kind of immature, just really focused on their own pride. Universe, is there anything else for this Six of Wands to the Seven of Pentacles? Yeah, also with the King of Swords, this is somebody who, if they're fully investing in any way at all, it's in self-defense. Look at this. We just have the King of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Ace of Swords in the reverse. Like this is someone really, really defensive. Like so defensive, it's insane. And it has made this other party, which could very well be a Virgo, it has made this other party incredibly frightened to speak to you, to the point that they feel like there's perhaps not even a point. This person could be keeping their eye on you, but I feel like they're almost feeling like it's over with this Death card, because it just feels like there's nothing that they can do. The only thing to bring themselves out of torment is to tell themselves there's nothing that they can do, because it feels like this is a very one-sided, this is an energy that is only concerned for oneself, for one side of the situation. Universe, what is this for? Yeah. So this is, rather than feel tormented, this is someone who's just like, thinking only of their own satisfaction, pretending that nothing else matters, probably filling up their time with a lot of work, keeping themselves very busy, probably trying to act like, oh, I don't care, I'll just start over, and I don't need this, and it doesn't matter to me. But I really don't feel like that's how this person really feels. it feels like this is somebody who's just really pushing themselves away from their genuine feelings. Universe, is there anything else for this 10 of Wands in the reverse? Yeah, and with the Magician in the reverse, this could definitely be somebody engaging in kind of manipulative tactics or behaviors or viewpoints. It almost feels like someone who's like, they need everything to be about them. Hold on one second, guys. They need everything to be about them, so you know, even the subject of this other person being in torment that we broached upon, instantly I felt like it was, in the reading, it was pulled on to this the other person. The person at the, you know, this person, the Six of Wands person. And it's like somebody who's like, I won't even acknowledge that you have concerns in the situation. I won't even acknowledge that you are bothered. You know, and that is another thing that is like really, you know, I feel like the universe needs me to tell you that, like, this person sees through what you're doing, and it's really that, I mean, you know, whether Taurus, wherever you stand in the situation, this person sees through what you're doing, and it doesn't actually accomplish what you think it's accomplishing. It just makes them lose faith and trust in you and think not well of you. And it's very extremely unhealthy and very unfair to this other person. So what is this Knight of Cups in the reverse, in the past position? So with the King of Cups, this is, you know, someone who has strong emotions for this other party. You know, they feel a lot of love and very strongly, but maybe the way that they're showing up and behaving is more like the Knight of Cups in the reverse. I feel like this is a person who has a lot of internal bondage that they tend to project onto situations that they find themselves in, whether or not, you know, anything is actually happening that's necessarily negative. They have all this stuff that they're bringing with them because they haven't kind of risen above it and come to understand it, maybe from their childhood. And so they react very defensively, and almost in a cutthroat mercenary manner towards the other person. And that can never cause a relationship to work out. So what is this Knight of Swords in the reverse in the conscious mind space? Oh. So with the Devil in the reverse here, this is someone who might even try to claim that, like, the other person is toxic as a defense mechanism. You know, it's like, if I throw the first punch, or if I accuse the person first, it'll make it seem like my accusation is viable and theirs isn't. You know, it's like they're trying to be the first person to say something, so it seems like, because they know that they deserve to have it said about them. And so they actually pretend like they're the one who's being treated toxically. And that's just one more thing that is abusive towards this other person. This is just, you know, it honestly feels like a bit like narcissistic abuse. And, you know, with the Six of Wands in the core here, that really doesn't surprise me. So what is this Knight of Swords? Is there anything else? Yeah, this just feels like victim, trying to play the victim. Like, when you're not, trying to play like you are, like, it almost feels like a tactic of someone who, when they know that they're in the wrong, they immediately try to start making the other person out to be the bad guy, just as a means of self-defense. Like, very toxic tactics, which just makes this very shallow apology coming up in the near future just so inadequate, you know? So what is this page? Is there anything else for this Knight of Swords in the reverse, universe? So this is someone who, I feel like this is someone who foreshadows their own rejection. They expect rejection. They expect to be treated in a certain way. And so they're just reacting to this rejection that they expect to happen. But the thing is that I feel like this person hasn't actually rejected you. And so this is why you're treating them this way. And the thing that you have to remember about that too, Taurus, is that it can be really cruel, because a lot of the time people with like unresolved, you know, resentments from their childhood, perhaps against their mother or their father, when they find someone truly kind in their adult life who isn't harming them, but who, you know, does try to keep investing in them and believing in them, then that can be, but, and someone keeps projecting these things that were done to them by their parent onto this person, what you're literally doing is punishing that innocent person for what your parent did. And it's incredibly cruel, but it's also self-sabotaging. Universe, what is this Page of Cups to the Five of Pentacles in the reverse? Yeah, so this Page of Cups energy, it feels really shallow, and the way that it comes across to this person is like you don't really care. You're not really investing. And also, you might have taken way too long to come in with that energy. And so this is this Queen of Cups, this compassionate person who could be a water sign, or who could just be very compassionate. That's this person just like blocking you out and being like, no, I don't believe you. Like, you know, that's BS. It's not good enough. You know, this is someone knowing what they deserve and being beyond the point where they can, I feel like this is someone who's made a lot of adjustments for you and kind of almost confused and invalidated themselves to the point where, because they wanted to give you the benefit of the doubt. And this is someone just being like, no, I'm not confused anymore. Like, I know that you're being a jackass. Pardon my French. Universe, what is this? Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, this feels very much like this, and it actually makes this person angry, because it's like they can see that you're really just coming in for your own sake. It's just completely about, you know, or whoever you are in this in this situation, Taurus. If this is your person or this is you, this person who's coming in is just doing this for their own sake, to make themselves feel better. And, you know, they've just kind of, it feels like this person, someone who's just kind of losing faith in you, you know. And so I would definitely encourage you, Taurus, if you know, if you stand in this position within this reading, don't come in shallow, or don't come in guarded, and don't come in self-satisfied. Come in humble, or don't come in at all. Because this person is not going to appreciate it. They're actually going to find it a huge insult. With this King of Wands, though, yeah, it's like this is an energy of someone just kind of only caring about themselves and how, and you know, it's like they don't care if they make the other person feel like absolute garbage, as long as they keep themselves feeling good. And that's, again, that's very wrong. So universe, what is this Four of Pentacles in the reverse? Yeah, we have the Chariot, so definitely strong Cancer energy in this reading. I feel like this is someone being like, I know where I'm going, and I'm not deluded anymore about, you know, about what you owe me and how you're behaving and the fact that it's toxic. I am worthy of more. You know, I am valuable, and I'm not going to cooperate with this. You know, you're not showing me love. I am not, you know, I am not satisfied with the offering that you've brought me, and, you know, I'm letting this go. And, you know, very Queen of Swords in the reverse energy of like, get the heck out of here. So universe, what is this Ten of Cups? The Virgo. Yeah, so there could definitely be strong Virgo energy here. This is someone that you want happiness with. This is someone that you want to be happy with, that you have this dream of being really happy with this person. But it feels like a situation where you've blocked out your true, you know, you've blocked out your true feelings. You've blocked out your intuition, and maybe even intuitions that they've shared with you. And, you know, blocked out behaving in a way that is, you know, that shows proper judgment, you know. And yet I feel like this could almost be with this Eight of Wands, This could be someone acting too impetuously, you know, being too quick to react. I feel like this isn't necessarily saying, though, Taurus, that it's completely over. I feel like with this Hanged Man here, this is saying go back to the drawing board. You know, go back to the drawing board and work harder on this. Go back to the drawing board and listen to your heart and see what it is that, and be honest and open, and really invest your time, your emotions into the situation and attempt to figure out, you know, what is it that you know, be honest with yourself about, and be empathic. Think about this other person. Think about how they feel. And then ask yourself, what do they deserve? What can I do? And think about them. You know, don't think about your own protecting yourself. Think about this other person. You know, be empathic. So that's the message that I think I have for you, Taurus. I hope that it serves you well, and I hope that I find you well, and I will speak to you guys soon.